Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Call Holoyim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harakakadash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith in the work. Shall keep at it. That's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. This is the book of Mark, chapter 4. And let me see. Verse 14, it says, the sower soweth the word. Right? The sower soweth the word. The word has been sown. Now it's all on what kind of individual you are once you receive that word. Some individuals are good ground. Some individuals are stony ground. Some individuals are thorny ground. But what ground are you? Right? That ground is tested when situations arise. That's what the parables was speaking on, right? The word is sown and then the situation. The word is sown and then the situation. Once the situation comes, what kind of ground are you, right? As far as being on good ground, of the Most High has placed a certain spirit inside of you to represent Him and be His people on this earth. Before chaos, before destruction, then you will be that good ground. So when that seed gets sown into you, it's going to sprout up and it's going to produce good fruit. So when the trials and tribulation come, you'll be good because your fruit will be good. And you can lean on said fruit in order to allow you to grow and grow even more. Because all of that goes into the fruit that you are. That fruit that you are has to go through trials and tribulation. It has to go through turmoil in order for it to grow upright and strong, right? It's just like the parable of the house that was built upon sand and the house that was built upon a rock. When the winds came, it tested to see if that house was weak or strong. And it all is all a part of that house, the foundation of that house, right? So all of that goes into the Most High building you up to be whatever it is He wants you to be, right? So this is Mark 4 and verse 15. It says, and these are they by the wayside where the word is sown, but when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts, right? So distractions come and, your old self starts to raise up inside of you and books against the word, and it takes it out of your mind. When that situation comes, you don't resort to the word to try to guide you through. You resort to your old self that basically was not following Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and it take away that word out of your mind, right? It says, and these are, verse 16, and these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who, when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness, and have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. Right? Self-explanatory. Right? The Most High, he gonna test you, bro. He gonna test you, sis. I can't speak that enough, man. I tell you, I've been going through it. Man, I've been going through it. But I know I'm not alone. I ain't the only person that's going through it, right? And I still got to do the work. I still got to feed the sheep to the best of my ability, right? I still got to sow the seed, right? But at the end of the day, it's still and always will be Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Rajazah. Call Haloyim La Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Shem Harakakudash, man. Always, right? Because the Most High brought me into this thing, He gonna bring me out of this thing. And whatever He got me here for, whatever this turmoil and tribulation is for, call Elohim La Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai for it, because I know it's gonna make me better on the outside. When I make it through whatever it is this thing is, and you will too. Once you make it through everything that the Most High, bamming you up with, man, guess what? Your call Elohim La Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai gonna mean something even more than it already did. It ain't gonna be just words coming out of a person's mouth. There's gonna have some spirit and soul behind it, because you understand what you've been through, right? It says in verse 18, and these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word And the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches and the lust of other things entering in choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful. Right? You want this, that, and the third. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting stuff, man. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting a house. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting, a car. But it ain't got to be a Bentley or a mansion. Or if you want the house and the car and you don't get it just yet, that still ain't no grounds for you to be talking about, well, man, the Lord, I called on him and he ain't answer, so shoot, I ain't even do the work no more. I can't speak it if it ain't sincere. Man, stop. It should always be sincere. And the sincerity comes from the spirit that the Most High blessed you with. Because, like we reading about, these are different spirits, man, different personalities that receive the word and what happens to them when affliction comes, right? This verse 20, and these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word and receive it and bring forth fruit. Psalm 34, Psalm 60, and Psalm 100, man. All right? Good ground is what we want to be. We don't want to be any other but the good, bro. So that we can continue to grow in the word, grow in the Lord, grow in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai until that day comes to where we ain't gotta strive no more. The Most High gonna give us everything that we need, like the parable of the man that left the individuals. Where is that? Let me see. Let me see. When they came, is this it? Matthew chapter 20. Let me see. I understand you, the idol. Salat 1 second, y'all. All right, so this Luke 19, and I'm trying to see where to start. I'll start at verse 12. It says, he said that for a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. Right? And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him, saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded his servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. So, let me see. The man had basically broke off individuals different amounts of, funds. And he wanted those individuals to do something with the funds, right? Let me see. It says, verse 15, and it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded the servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. Then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, well, thou good servant, good ground, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, having thou authority over 10 cities. Right? So he was faithful in what Yahweh Bashim gave him, or in what his Lord gave him. He was faithful in it, right? He didn't want too much, he didn't want too little, but he did what he did with what he had, and was considered good for it. Right? It says, and the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound had gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities. Same thing with this man. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in the napkin. This man ain't did nothing. This man hid the funds he got. He ain't try to flip nothing. He ain't gonna work nothing. He ain't do nothing. Right? It says, for I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Right? Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. Right? It says, and he said unto him, and honestly, the man did so. Right? He gave you something that was the seed. Right? But you didn't do right by the seed. You weren't that good ground. You were the stony ground. You was the thorny ground, but you weren't the good ground, right? It says, wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required mine own with usury. It says, and he said unto them that stood by, take from him the pound and give it to him that had 10 pounds. And they said unto him, Lord, he had 10 pounds, for I say unto you that unto every one which hath shall be given, right? And from him that hath not, even that he hath shall be taken away from him, right? But those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. So all of us gonna have to go through things, man. The Most High gave all of us a certain amount of you know, knowledge, a certain amount of wisdom, a certain amount of understanding, a certain amount of turmoil, a certain amount of tribulation, a certain amount of temptation. But it all depends on what ground you are, what kind of individual you are, what kind of spirit you have, as it pertains, or that would dictate rather, um, what you do with it. Some people gonna let it go and be like, man, I don't want to deal with it. It's too hard for me. And some people gonna weather the storm and become soldiers of the Lord, right? Because Yahweh is what? Yahweh is the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts, right? Armies, bro. Right? That's all this. That's all this about, man. We in the army of the Lord. In any military, it ain't easy being in the military of anything, let alone being in the military of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So with that, man, hey, take all your trials and tribulations, man. Count it as training for things to come. Count it as a blessing that the Most High dealing with you, and pray that the Most High allow you to be that good ground, because it ain't guaranteed. That's why we call ourselves the hopefully elect. It ain't guaranteed for us to reach salvation. That's what we hoping for, all right? And how about Shema Sharatazah, man? He grant us the opportunity and grant us to be so, right? Because who want to go through this hell and go through all the trials and tribulations, go through all the suffering, go through all the strain and strife of running and fighting a good race and fighting a good fight, just to get to the end and hear, well, nah, you stone the ground. Everything you had take from, get to this. No. No. I do not want to hear, depart from me, I know ye not. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant. Because I really have been trying. And I really have been tried. And in all of my trials and tribulation and all my trying, I've been real life hope. It's like hoping on the Lord. I've been real life hoping on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, hoping in his word. Right? I've been calling on the Father, man. Hey, I need you. I know Scripture say the Most High, and roughly and basically, the Most High won't put more on you than you can bear, right? So apparently I don't know my I don't know my limits. The Most High does, right? It's like when you watch a action anime or something like that, like Dragon Ball Z or something like that, and the individual don't know their strength. They strong as hell, but they don't think they strong like that until what? They meet somebody and they gotta fight that person. And that person take them to a limit that they've never been to before. And they gotta dig down deep and pull something out in order for them to overcome. The thing that we digging down deep to pull out is the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and the word, right? That's it. Digging down deep and going into that seed that was sown and pulling that thing, and, you know what I'm saying, the fruit, right? Pulling out the, when you get a seed and you finna plant a garden, you got to put it in water and let the sprouts, pop out. You got to dig down deep into that seed and pull out the sprouts and allow that thing to grow. And then when it grows, guess what? Full-fledged fruit. So when it comes to this tribulation or that trial and so forth and so on, you already know what it is. All right? So, and with that, man, y'all solid, man. Y'all keep on keeping on, man. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep running the good race. I know it's hard. Don't nobody know it's hard. I know it's hard. But y'all keep on keeping on, man. Right? Keep on, keep striving, man. Striving for the truth. Keep on keeping on, man. Down with this world talking about. I understand your situation may be hard, and it may seem like it ain't getting no better, but Yahweh Shem Shai with us, man. He with us, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and he not going to allow us to be defeated if we are of his elect. He not going to allow us to be defeated. He not going to allow us to be down. He's going to bring us up, man. Right? Whether it be the actual situation coming out of it, or it be the destruction of Babylon. However it goes, the Most High gonna bring us out of it, man. Right? He's real. Our power is real, man. He ain't no idol. This ain't no imaginary individual. He real. Right? So just endure whatever it is, he putting you through, and call Haloyim La Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? And so with that, man, hey, Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shemara Kakodash, you were edified by these precepts in this video. Call Haloyim La Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shemara Kakodash. Shalom, Yashalom.